It's time to change out my filters on my 2024 Model 3 Highland. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So on the newer Model 3s, which is actually 2024 and I guess 2025 now and further, the air filter changing is very, very similar to the original one, but it's actually been improved significantly. So we're gonna show you how to change the filters. First off, if you have kiddos, get that Cheerios out of there. And basically what it is there is a panel right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the mats because it is a lot easier for you guys to see. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. So once you put your finger past the back side, there you go. Ow, that hurt. But there's a bunch of clips here. Oh, this sound good. I feel like a chiropractor. I've seen it where, I mean, sometimes it just comes out like easy. You could actually use this tool right here. I love using this tool. I feel like I'm at the doctor getting my blood pressure. But what it is you just kind of inflate it. There you go. So I got all that. There's literally just one that's just stuck. It's also harder because I'm trying not to block anything while I do this video, right? So let me just get in there though. Wow, that is tight. All right, so I finally got it out. It was a little bit harder than I anticipated. So this little tool can be very useful for trims. And basically, it's like a little pillow, but you can get it on Amazon. I mean, I forget what it's actually called, but it's like an air pump, right? Wedge. So there you go. So once you remove it, this is gonna be a little bit harder to see, but all it's gonna be is this little flap right over here. Do you see this right here in the bottom? So historically, there was a little hex tool that you need. So if you look at our filters, we sell the HEPA grade ones. So it has carbon activated, but inside our kit, it actually has a hex tool, and it is so hard to get access to on the older 2018 Model 3s and stuff like that, because it's like up here, the angle is absolutely impossible. So they learned from that, and this is what I love about Tesla, is they changed it. So all it is a little tab. That's it. Nothing. So it's this little tool they built, and it's just this tension right there, and it comes straight out. And once you have it, there's tabs on the original OEM ones. And all you do is just lift it up a little bit, right? Actually, top. It's still pretty bad access, if you ask me. It's not that. It's easier, but let me try to do it without. There you go. So you just pull it out, right? And before you pull it out, what will happen is you'll realize that you can't pull it out until you take out this panel underneath right here. I can't see anything. All right, here we go. Okay. So this one should just be pretty simple. That's all it is. You saw that? It's literally magnets right here, right here. And this is on a 2024, but I've seen that Tesla changes a lot of their stuff pretty often. So the main thing that you want to look out for is this right here. Inserts right here in this metal. This is actually the computer, so if you're curious, this is really interesting. Bunch of this harnesses and cable, and then it's magnets right here. So very, very easy to remove. You do not have to remove the speaker right here, so don't worry about it. But once you do that, look at this. I can actually get access to it, and then I can take out the filter. So this is about coming into a ear. You can see how dirty it is in between that. Look at all that dust. So basically, you would get this new filter, and just make sure you follow the pattern of the way the OEM ones were fit. We would replace it, but actually we were told that we're really low, so I don't want to use ours. We sell a lot of this air filter, so I'm gonna save that for our customers. There's actually two right here, right? So you see in the bottom, I'll take it out just to show you guys. You can see that I took out the other one, and if you notice, look at all this stuff. That is a bug. So what I like to do before I should replace it, oh man, look at all this. So if you have a vacuum cleaner with usually like an auto vacuum cleaner, you can get this. Is I just vacuum it up in the inside right here, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, get up in there, and I'm gonna put these back, so I do wanna vacuum all these. Go on max mode. Okay. And then I actually go in there and vacuum all the way inside. And actually, the interesting thing about the smell, so if you have, I actually don't know if it happens more often, but it used to happen in the 2018 Model 3s that we used to have. And part of that, I think, is the moisture kind of sits in that evaporator right there. So it tends to smell, and we call it like the dirty sock smell. So we highly recommend, this is actually what a lot of the Tesla service centers use from the last time I heard. That could change again. But this is a great cleaner. It's an evaporator and heater foam cleaner. I'll show you the bottle. It's just, you use the whole thing, by the way. And it has this little tube right here. You connect it into it, and it's a foam, and you just shoot it all up in there. And there's a condenser, all these coils, that is a metal condenser right there, and then you're just letting it clean itself. And then you'll see in the bottom, it'll kind of leak out of there. And then once you do that, you let it sit, then you replace it, right? Once you do that, all that smell should go away. That makes sure that it's completely clean, and then you're good to go. So this is, I think this is good to go, assuming that I cleaned it all. Putting it back is exactly the same thing. And by the way, while you're doing this, highly recommend turning off the AC. I have it on right now for some reason. But with the evaporator cleaner, you actually do want to let it run for a little bit, close it, let it run for, closing is a lot easier now, especially with this. And then once you're done, go ahead and put it through all the way down. Boom, that's the first one. And then the tabs are usually at the top. So you're gonna do the same thing. Kind of let it run. There you go. Boom. And then, so easy compared to what it used to be. Only few people will understand this pain. You see that? That was just too easy. Like, what was that? Just not used to it. It's like, it seems weird that was that easy. And then of course, put this back in. So it goes in here, and then all the magnets just connect right away. And then all you have to now do is put this panel back on. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I lost a few clips here and there. So for example, like that one, but you can get that really from Amazon or anything like that. It's just this white clips. It should be fine, to be honest. The main thing with all these clips, guys, is to make sure that everything's lined up before you push it, right? So a lot of times it breaks because nothing is aligned and people get too impatient and then they just push it in. So what I like to do is everything needs to line up like so. You see this lines up really well, top lines up really well, and then you can start pushing really everything in. And what it should feel like is it should actually go a little bit underneath that if it's good. And you'll hear a couple clips here and there, and that's that white thing grabbing it like a teeth. But now you're done. Your filter should be clean. You should be smelling a lot cleaner air. And it does a really good job. I mean, the Model 3s don't have a biohazard mode like the Cybertruck, the X or S. However, I think it does a really good job in terms of filtering all those contaminants out in the air. So let us know if you have any questions. Really happy with the improvements that Tesla made in changing the air filter. Actually even easier to do on the Cybertruck, which is awesome. But that's pretty much how you do it. So hopefully you smell some clean air, and we'll see you later. Enjoy.